Okay, let's begin by unboxing the camera. I always like to do it over something soft and cushiony because you never know what's inside the box. It might fall out onto the floor and then you have some kind of a disaster. So let's open the lid here and remove the bubble wrap packing cover, and inside you'll find the camera in a Ziploc bag and a little pack of batteries in another Ziploc. These are 4 AA lithium batteries. They're very good for cameras. Those alkaline batteries tend to leak. The lithiums last longer and they're a lot securer. So we'll take them out of the pack and put them right here. Put the pack on the side. Let's take the camera out gently. Make sure nothing else is going to fall out, nothing in the box. And we'll unwrap the camera. Now this is in a little pouch, and it's got a little belt loop here. It's got a front pocket and the main pouch is where the camera is. Let's open up the front pouch first, and inside you'll find the USB cord to connect your camera to a computer so you can download your images. And in this little pocket here on the inside is your memory card that goes into your camera. We can take the card out of its little case right now. And if you notice, the back of the card has some contacts there. You don't want to touch them. And one corner has a little notch taken out. That's going to be critical on how you place the card in the camera. So now let's take this camera out of the pouch here, and digital camera, HP photosmart 320. Look at the front of it. There's a lens. This is a little viewfinder that you are actually going to use to position your picture in. You can look right through that. It's just a direct viewfinder, and your built-in flash. Top of the camera you have a shutter button, and this is a movie video button here. When you press this, it changes the camera from a still camera to a little mini video camera. It doesn't have any sound, but it will take video clips, so you can play little short videos. We'll look at the back now. Here's the eyepiece that you look through to frame your picture, and there's a little red LED that you'll notice when I put the batteries in. That'll go on. Here's your on button. This is your self timer, and this screen right here, this is what the camera is actually going to see when you take the picture. It'll show up on the screen, and we'll go through the rest of these buttons after we put the batteries in. But first, let's open up this little side compartment here. There's a little thumb piece. Open up the side compartment gently, because it's only held on by a little rubber strap. See, those tend to break very easily. Now we pick up our little memory card here with a notch in the upper right hand corner. Well, we're going to turn it upside down, face it down, make sure the contacts face away from us. Now we're going to stick it right in this little slot here, real gently. Just push it in slowly till it stops. There's no clicking or any type of other motion. You just push it till it stops, and that's it. And this just pushes on like that. Now your memory card is installed. We look at the bottom of the camera. You see there's another little place here to put your finger. You just pull it forward and lift up gently. Here's where you put your batteries. Now the first battery, you might be able to see the little printed description here. Shows the little images of how the batteries go. But you just place the first one with the positive side up. The next battery, positive side down. The next battery, positive side up. And the last, positive side down. When you close this, be kind of gentle because it's on plastic hinges here with a little metal rod on a little plastic clip. And you press down lightly like this, kind of squeeze it and push it back, and it locks in. Now you're ready to turn the camera on. The power button is right here. It's a little green button here. Just press it gently. You'll see a little red light come on and blink. And once it stops blinking, you're ready to take a picture. Now the first thing you notice is the screen that comes up is date and time to set it. And the first line says MDY, that's month, day, and year. That's how the time is going to be recorded on your photos. What you want to do is you want to use this little arrow button. There's a right arrow and a left arrow and an OK button. So you use the right arrow button to go down to the line, and that'll highlight the actual date line, 01/01/2002. Now to change that, you want to, I think you hit OK, right? Or do you hit the arrow? Let's hit the arrow one more time. No. Go back with the arrow button, hit the OK button, and that'll highlight the month. Now to advance to each month, hit the right arrow button, advances it. See, 1, 2, 3. And you can go back down if you go too far. 2, 1 by hitting the left arrow button. So right now is March, and we hit the OK button. It'll go to the day, and it's the 6th. You just right arrow up to 6, and then hit OK, and it goes to the year, and we go to 2014. Just keep clicking the right arrow button to hit 14. And once you have that, I think you hit OK, and then that'll highlight the whole line. Your right arrow down goes to 12-hour, and you can change that from 12-hour to 24-hour military, but we'll leave it like that. And we'll go right arrow button down and set the actual time, which right now we're going to hit OK, and that'll go to the hour, and we'll go 1 because it's 1:06 right now, and we'll hit OK for the minutes. We'll keep right arrow up to 1:06, and it is now PM, so we'll arrow OK, hit OK, and then goes to the AM, PM, and then when you're done with that, we hit OK and right arrow down and exit, hit OK. So now your camera is set up for the right day and the right time. If you want to see a live view and want to start taking pictures, you can hit this little screen button here. See a little screen? You hit that, and that's showing you on the screen what the camera is actually seeing. Okay, and you can see it right there. Put a couple of different things here. You see how the camera sees it. Now if you want to take a picture, you're in camera mode now. You use this big button here, right here, the big silver button. You frame your picture like this, and then take the picture. And if you notice, it has 3 stars. This star button up here, when you push it, gives you 1 star. That's a very low quality picture, and it doesn't take up too much memory. So a lot of times you just want to take a random photo and you don't really care to save it. It might be of a sign or something. You don't need high quality. And of course, if you hit the star again, you get 2 stars, a little more better quality, and takes up a little more memory. And you see the 2 stars in the corner? Yes. Now, if you hit again 3 stars, that's the highest quality you can get out of this camera. It's 3 stars, takes up a lot of memory. Of course, you'll still be able to get over 100 pictures on the card, so that's not a problem. But it'll have more detail and more clarity. Now, if you see this little symbol down here, that's a battery symbol. It tells you have full battery. When you start seeing that little battery half colored, you're about halfway. The little SD, that means you have a memory card in there. SD memory card. It is inserted. If you take the card out, the camera still has a little bit of memory, but it's not all that much, and the SD card will not show. Over here you have a little lightning symbol, arrow, with an A. That means it's on automatic flash. When the camera thinks it needs to use a flash because of low lighting, it will flash. Now this little button here with the flash symbol, you see it right here? If you push that, it'll say auto with the little eye symbol. That means that it'll flash a couple of times on a person's face, make their eyes close so you won't get pink eye or red eye. And if you hit it again, that means the flash is on. No matter if it needs the flash or not, it will flash. And sometimes you need that because you might be taking a photograph of someone outside with a bright background, like a beach scene or a snow scene. They might be in the shade or under cover of a roof, and their face is shadowed, that flash will help balance the light against the bright scenery. Again, you hit the flash for the third time, the flash symbol. You see the little flash symbol with a line through it. That means no flash. No matter if the camera sees that it needs a flash, it will not flash. And a lot of times you might not want a flash to go off if you're in a church or in someone's home, or you don't want to flash it on the driver's face if they're driving, but you want to take a picture. That's very useful. So now we go back to auto. That's the fourth time you hit that button. The auto means it will use auto flash if the camera sees that the light is low, but will not use the red eye reduction flash, which means it'll only flash once for the picture, and it will not flash because the red eye reduction strobes a person's eyes and then flashes, because that first light will shrink the iris in the person's eyes, so you don't get that red eye look in the pictures. And back to the auto with the red eye reduction. Now that's about all you're going to need on this camera. This little button here is for self timer, and also digital zoom, which is not a good way to go with this camera. Digital zooms on any camera is not all that well. But when you hit this, it'll say self timer. So when you start to take it'll register on the bottom of the screen. That means your self timer has been activated. When you press the shutter button, it will count down before taking a picture. You see, 7, 6, 5, and this will blink in the corner, and the front will blink. Let me do that again to let you know that. Now see, that's me taking a picture. You have time to delete the picture after you do take a picture. Just have to press this left arrow key. We'll let that run out. Now I'm going to do that again and show you how the self timer works. You hit the self timer button. Now you can face it towards you. When you hit the shutter like this, you see the red light? It's starting to count down. It's letting you know that the shutter is going to go off any minute now, any second. There you go. It just took a picture. Now I have enough lighting in the room, so I don't need the flash to go off. It didn't go off. That's about all that you're going to need to know right there. You want to delete pictures? You can. Let's do some. Well, let's do delete pictures first. We hit OK once. Okay. After, if you're, well, let's close the screen out. Let's say you're not using the screen. You turn hit the OK button. There, it's starting to show you the pictures. Now you can arrow back and forth to get picture 1, picture 2, whatever. This picture 1. I want to delete that. So I hit it again, and it comes up with a menu on the top. Now that one is to rotate the picture, because sometimes you might take a vertical picture, which is called portrait. You want to take a horizontal picture, which is called landscape. And you want to rotate it so that it's all landscape or all portrait to fit in your album, or however you want to use it. But we're going to arrow over to the little trash can with the open lid. It says delete, so you hit OK. And when on the delete, it says this image, all images on the card. Never want to format the card. You don't need to. And exit. So let's say you don't want to delete anything. You arrow down, arrow down, arrow down, and then hit OK. Now you're not going to delete it. But let's say I said, no, maybe I will delete it. So we'll go back to that. Arrow over. Right arrow to the trash can, hit OK. This image, yes, hit OK again, it starts to delete the image. Now the next one is the next. That was 2 of 2. This is 1 of 1. So I took 2 of these pictures, so I want to get rid of this one too. So I'm going to hit OK again. My little menu comes up. Trash can, delete this image, OK. Delete that image. Now there shouldn't be any more on this card. No images on this card. So that wipes the card clean. I can start taking pictures all over again. So let's get out of that mode. Close that out. Now in the movie mode, what I could do is you can watch what the movie. Just hit this button right here. The little movie camera button next to your shutter button. Now you see the little record symbol? Okay, and you see the little movie camera in the corner here? I don't know if you can see that. That tells you in movie mode or video mode, and when you press the shutter button, that actually turns the camera into a little video camera, so you can take short little videos. I think they're only 20 or 30 or 40 seconds a piece. I'm not sure. When you want to stop it, it says, see, it's counting. You can hit the shutter button again. It stops your recording. It might be 10-second videos. I'm not sure. Not a lot of people take videos with these little cameras, but it's good if you want to catch something like a dog barking, a squirrel in the window, or whatever. Now, you can also view this. Okay, you shut that little window, turn the window back on, and let's see. It's loading the video. It's a little video camera. It's loading. Now it's playing it. Now I'm not doing. Here's my hand in front of the camera. Not doing anything. This is a video that we just took, and you can press stop again, and you can get rid of that. Okay, hit OK. Hit the arrow. Delete. OK. Same thing. This image, whatever. Image and video, same thing. This camera doesn't differentiate. Okay, hit this OK button, and it gets rid of that video. Now your card is clean again. And you can keep a lot on the card. I mean, you can take the card out, take it to the store and process it, or you can use this little cable. And I'm going to show you how to use that. Let's power down. Okay, we don't want the camera on when we open up this little port here. Now this cable has two ends, one's fatter than the other. And if you notice, see the two little ends? This little end fits right inside this port. And it only goes in one way, like that. You plug that in first. You take this cable and you plug this into your USB port on your computer. Now, once you turn the camera on and it's been hooked up to your computer should recognize the camera. And you go open up the file, because it'll have a separate file number. People that operate these computers know how to do that. And then you can start downloading your pictures, and you can even delete pictures off the card while it's in the camera. Otherwise, if you want to just take the card out and put it back in this little plastic case, take it to a store that has a little kiosk, you can print them out from there. My computer has a slot for these cards. I can download them right from the card. I don't have to plug the camera in. You can get extra cards and just keep the images on this card. If you don't want to download it to anything, you can just keep the image on the card and put a fresh card in. So there you have it. I hope this has been helpful to you. This is your wrist strap. I always keep this on when I have the camera in my hand, because when these things hit the floor, they're gone. So enjoy.